I was buying a house downtown Ocean Springs. I was owner financing it. I sold my vehicle. I sold everything I had to put down a down payment on this tear down for $200,000, right? And I was like, I had no business buying it. And then the IRS is like, hey, by the way, you work for the state, so we're going to garnish your wages until we're all paid back. So I had to work from November throughout the school year without a paycheck, and I somehow had to manage to pay that mortgage on that house. And I ended up selling that one for almost $250,000 tax-free profit.
We offer home, auto, commercial, builders, rips, and life insurance.
Oliver's got.
Oliver Shots Insurance.
The John Durham Podcast. I didn't, like, because I know how important Van doing his podcast is.
Yeah.
So when Van came on, I was like, dude, borrow my mic, because at the time, he had his mics were a cheaper mic, but you can hear the sound.
Yeah.
The room sound.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Room tone. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And he
You
was
can hear
like,
the air conditioning.
and then I said, dude, do your next podcast. And I listened to his next podcast, 10 times better.
Yeah.
Now he does his audio through an iPad.
Okay.
And he bought, which that's his setup. He has I think he has a 90D. So when I had one of my favorite cameras is the Canon 80D.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crop sensor. It's one of my favorite cameras though.
Yeah.
But he liked how I was shooting, so he got into it, and then he got the same 80D that I got, but then he started getting the lenses for outdoor, the bird shooting.
Yeah. What's the word? Telephoto lens. Yeah, super telephotos. Yeah,
dude,
super telephotos.
Shoot some amazing birds.
Yeah,
And-
incredible stuff.
Yeah, so-
I was pulling up at my house one time, and he was out front taking pictures. He didn't know he was at my house. It was really cool. It was like, it's a good buddy of mine. He's out here shooting birds in my front yard. It's cool. Yeah,
It's cool to see him succeed with that,
Yeah.
and then him starting it's called the Alpha Podcast.
okay.
And it's only on YouTube. But he's shooting his, like, he's got it all set up where he's got to stop his camera 29 point, was it 29 point, what is it, 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I think the reason they do that is like a tax reason. Because it's not considered a film camera.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's why so your A7 II cuts off at 30 minutes.
Right.
There's a reason for it to pass for like a camera versus a film camera.
Right. Yeah, I know with a lot of cameras, and I don't know if it applies to the Sony, but like a red camera, the older Reds, they'll overheat. So those you can only shoot for so long. They get hot. You sometimes, like we've shot outside sometimes, and we've had to have two Reds. So when one gets hot and overheats, we could just swap out to the other one real quick. So I don't know if that applies to the Sony in this scenario, but yeah, I've seen Reds overheat on set. It's wild.
What do you rent them?
I mean, a lot of the time, so like it depends on who I'm shooting with, but yeah, generally, I mean, hell, no, we always rent them. Even if the buddy who works on the set owns the camera, you hire him and you pay him for his package. So like, say you're going to be the cameraman on a movie set, we're going to pay you whatever your contract is, but then we're also going to rent your gear from you, so you get your pay plus your gear. So yeah, we rent it from almost always from whoever owns the gear. Now there's other gear that they might not have that we would go get from a rental store, but a lot of the times, yeah, they own the gear now. And a lot of times, like if they say, hey, look, we need specifically this lens, this package, we need this, do you have it? He'll always tell them, yeah, I have it. And then he'll quote them for it, and then he'll go buy it and show up on set with it.
No, Fo not doing that. What?
Yeah. I mean, and it's legit. It's legit. He just never say no, and that's the way we all should think in the contracting and business world. It's like, can you do it? It's like, I can, and there's a number, there's a way, but yeah, I can do it.
When did you start getting into film?
I mean, the film. So I started marketing a long time ago, and that's where I started. And then one day, just kind of fell into. I was hired to be a cameraman all of a sudden for a film, and it was supposed to just be a backyard project, and I was going to be the cameraman. And after a couple days of trying to put it together, they said, you know what, Brad, like you're better as a producer. You're not that you're a bad cameraman, but you're a producer. We want to put you at the top and help you, make this thing into a business. We'll hire a cameraman. So that was about 4 years ago was my first film, and yeah.
So what is a producer in the film?
Producer. To me, the main job of a producer is to make your investor his money back, and that entails making a film and selling it. But my job is to take a script, turn it into a business, and make an investor his money. So, and that entails, and each producer might have a different role, So you do all the hiring, you do the budgeting, you do you plan out locations, and you do a lot. So generally I'll wear about 5 hats when I'm a producer. I'm also the location manager. I'm managing the cars. I'm helping get lodging and doing all this stuff. So I usually wear about 5 hats when I'm producing, and that's how I got to be the producer on my first film gig I ever worked on. I became the producer before we ever got to shoot. And that's because I could wear all those hats and do that.
No, were you doing real estate at the time?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's how you kind of backed it with the money.
No, I mean, I didn't have to fork up any money. So, I would on a project that I wrote and that, I have complete control over. But yeah, if there's anybody else with any control over the script, over the creative, over the business side, if anybody wants any control, I'm not forking up my money. It's a risky business. I would say, the film industry is very high risk, high reward. And I would say it's even higher on the risky side. I've got some shows that some scripts that I've written that, I'm working on getting sold and produced. And I would sink my money into that, but
ain't there a movie like Adult Best Friend?
Yeah,
you're associate producer of that.
Yes, sir.
It's got that dude from Star Trek in it.
My man did his homework. Yeah, Spock from.
Yeah. So when's that coming out?
So we just that just came out. We just aired it, or we just premiered it at Tribeca Film Festival.
How'd it do?
This past week. I still haven't seen the results. I actually had to skip the trip to close a big major real estate deal. So unfortunately, I didn't get to make it to that.
So did you enjoy that process?
Oh, dude, that was my favorite one I've done yet. That one was just it's such a it's funny because I don't do chick flicks, but this is like a chick flick with dude humor. Imagine a chick flick where it's like you have the typical chick drama. It's like, oh, my best friend, where
all I do is chick flicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Emily is all Hallmark.
Okay, yeah,
so
exactly.
No, I love. I get scared.
Yeah.
Scary movies scare me, so I love watching scary movies.
Okay, got it.
But since I got Michael Myers, Halloween, it's my favorite. But since I've been with Emily, even the sounds in the house, and sometimes I'll slide on a little horror film here and there, but most of my movies now are rom-coms.
Okay.
It's all Hallmark. It's all.
Oh, dude, you're going to love Adult Best Friends then, man. Imagine a Hallmark movie meets like Old School, Man,
and then I'm in documentaries.
Yeah.
So that's
Same.
the thing is like
Same.
I just got done watching The Wrestler.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't watched that one.
So
no.
that's was it like Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW out of Kentucky?
Oh, okay. I think Fo might have worked on that one actually. If it's the same one, Fo actually worked on a wrestling documentary.
For
It was
Netflix.
Yeah, well, I might not have been Netflix. What it was like the winningest high school wrestling team of all time.
No, this is
okay.
This is remember Al Snowhead? WWF, like head. You used to always have the head.
Oh yeah.
So Al Snow, he sold it. So he started it.
Okay.
And he sold it to the mayor, Craig. I think his name's Craig, and then Matt Jones. Matt Jones owned Kentucky Sport Radio.
Right.
Sold the website, and he's ESPN Radio guy.
Come on.
And so it's him, and then Craig is the mayor of Louisville. So they own this local wrestling company. They do tours.
Okay.
But yeah, Al Snow is like, he's the head guy of it. But it's fascinating. It's a fascinating documentary because
That's
it's
cool.
like, you know, Matt Jones is a really good radio voice.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I mean, it's like, you know, it's kind of like how we do the Diamond Wrestling down here, like the VW wrestling, but they have a lot higher quality, and they do pay-per-view. I think they're on Thriller TV.
Okay. Did you see the Iron Claw? You see that one?
No, I wanted to watch it.
Yeah. You have to watch that one. I'll tell you what, that one's like an emotional roller coaster. That's one of the few
Sad?
movies. No, I wouldn't even say that. It gives you all of the emotions, you know? Like, it begins off just lighthearted, funny, sweet, family, all this, and it just rides you through every feeling like the human soul could feel. It's wild. You wouldn't expect it from a Zac Efron wrestling movie, but I tell you, it's a journey.
So in the 90s, my mom dated a Steiner.
Okay.
Todd Steiner. It was related to the Steiner brothers, and he did, you know, wrestling and stuff. And then he I guess he was like real mean to me and my brother growing up.
Okay.
So my dad beat him up in my grandma's front yard in Cedar
Fuck,
Grove.
yeah.
Like, threw him into a tree and put him in the hospital.
Yeah,
And I remember
what I'm
him, like,
talking
I remember
about.
him as a kid, like, walking out in front of my grandparents' house, and he was wearing tights. And he's like pointing the finger at my dad. My dad played football. My dad's neck's like 24 inches around.
Yeah.
And like my dad just
Damn.
like grabbed him. I remember like looking, and my dad grabbed him and just like wrapped him around. Like, my dad's like, you know, I mean,
He had it coming, man.
well, he was just like, I remember pointing at my dad, and my grandma and my grandpa were there. We're all like, the whole family's there.
Yeah.
And this dude like comes out, and he's, you know, getting all cocky, and dude, my dad fucked him up.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Shout out to Dad, dude.
Yeah.
But I used to grow up with like,
Good job, Dad.
yeah, Ultimate Warrior, big wrestling
Come on.
fan. I mean, I don't really get into it.
I got a collection of some dolls you got to see, man.
I mean,
I bought a house that had a whole bunch of stuff in it, boxes and boxes of stuff. And I found some of them old wrestling dummies. You know, remember those wrestling dummies? They were little pillows with like
do you have
Hulk Hogan.
Do you have Ultimate Warrior?
I do believe I have the Ultimate
it for
Warrior.
sale?
I yes, it is. Yes, it is for sale.
I might want to buy it.
Okay, I might have. I
Somebody stole
definitely-
mine. I had one
Really?
in my old, like me and Micah Shepard.
Yeah.
We had my old house was renting with Jughead. I had one. I don't know where it's at now.
Yeah.
So I think somebody stole it.
All right, well, I can replace that one. Oh, it sucks. I could have gotten my Hulk Hogan one signed. So I was invited to Corn Nimick's wedding in Tampa right at the same time I was working on Adult Best Friends. And I had to skip the wedding. And I would have been like sitting at Hulk Hogan's table at Corn Nimick's wedding. But I had to go film a movie with Jimmy Buffett's daughter.
I mean, I think wrestling, you know, wrestling for me was just that Monday Night Raw, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it was that
absolutely.
escape, and
Absolutely.
I just loved Ultimate Warrior though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I miss doing, you know, the power bomb. Actually, I just power bombed my nephew into the pool a couple of days ago. I was like, yeah, I remember that. It was cool, man. Man, I just remember like growing up as a kid, like running through the furniture, just like tackling people and just like power bombing.
I wrestled my
and
son.
practicing the actual moves. You know, I saw a video of dude won a UFC, not UFC, but an MMA fight doing the figure four, the 4-leaf clover the other day.
was that Bret Hart?
No, it was an MMA fight, but
Yeah,
no,
but
the move. I can't remember who the move was. That was forever ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I want to say it was one of the Harts, right? Owen Hart, Bret Hart.
It was one. I think that was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, it was, I think it was.
If you know it, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll figure that one
Yeah,
out.
please do.
So real estate's your game though.
Yeah, real estate. Mostly, primarily real estate investing. That's, you know, everything I do is in the aim of investing in real estate. But yeah, everything real estate. Love it.
How long have you been doing real estate for?
About 10 years now. Yeah, I was a school teacher and bought my first house when I was teaching and lived in it for a couple of years, fixed it up, and decided to sell it. And when I did, I was like, a good buddy of mine, Jonathan Griffin, he's the man. He said, man, you're really good at this. You should, you know, make a career out of it. And
Like
that's
Buckle Jonathan?
Have you ever met Jonathan Griffin?
From the Buckle?
Yeah, Buckle Jonathan. Yeah,
I think he's coming
my
on.
boy.
He's coming on the 14th.
Oh, that's one of my favorite people on the
He
planet.
used to dress me when he worked there. No,
Come on.
I seen him at Captain Al's
Yeah.
probably 3 weeks ago, and I think he set it up for the second week of July. I was like, "When you coming on the podcast?" And he's like,
Yeah.
and I said, "Next week." He goes, "Too soon." I was like, all right, Jonathan, playing it. No, Brandon Bowden.
Okay.
Me, Jonathan. Yeah, I used to go hang out with Jonathan and when Jughead was alive.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jonathan used to dress me.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a good dude, real good dude.
He's doing great with that.
Oh yeah, he's crushing it. He's definitely he's a stud, man. He's one of the best in the business around here for sure. I aspire to be like him for sure.
So he's the one who inspired you.
He's definitely the one who got me into the business. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
credit him for that for sure.
So when you say you do more invest, so you like flipping. You like
I love flipping. I like that. I like the short-term rentals, the flips. Eventually my real goal is like a hotel, something like, Mar-a-Lago, but like a hillbilly Mar-a-Lago. Or
so you want at Gulf Hills?
Gulf Hills would be, that's the dream right there. Yeah. Gulf Hills.
Do you want to work at the counter?
No, man. I just want to live in the penthouse up top, really. And just like, I just want to live in the penthouse up top, and I want to liquidate everything I have. I want to retire. I want to travel the world filming hotel commercials and just come back to my penthouse when I'm not out
so
traveling.
So you're like Best Westerns, like free breakfast commercials?
Yeah. No, not necessarily. I want to go to like a 5-star resort in Cabo, I want to shoot I want to shoot some fire B-roll.
I like how you have a plan.
Yeah, that's my retirement right there. I'll still work, but it'll be what I want to do. It'll be creative. It'll be fun.
I've already realized my plan. I just want to make the coast a better place.
There we go.
Like literally, we're talking today. Like I just want to continue to be in the coast and watch it grow and help.
Yeah.
And
same. Starting with downtown Biloxi. Downtown Biloxi is where it's at right now, man.
I think so.
I love it. I wasn't expecting it. I knew I was getting squeezed out of downtown as an investor. I bought and sold houses down there myself, and it got to a point where I was like, you know what? Like I'm looking at what I can buy something in downtown Biloxi for right now, and I'm looking at the way the market went for Ocean Springs, downtown Ocean Springs. It was like that was the area nobody wanted to be in. Everybody was outside on the outskirts of town. And now everybody's fleeing back to the city, and I see Biloxi being the next one.
It is.
Absolutely.
And I was down there with my insurance, Biloxi, but then now, things happen, and I'm in Gulfport, but I'll probably be back in Biloxi.
Come on.
I love Gulfport, too. There's so much that's going to happen in Gulfport, but we can have both. Like, I love, like, Fly Llama, Dave and Kara Reese.
Love it.
Lauren Turner, Corey Christie.
Yeah, some of my favorite people on the planet.
Kevin, he's got all the properties with Ray's and everything. Yeah. He was at Richard Hawthorne's wedding.
Oh, okay.
And we're on the top. We're all dancing. Him and Kevin and Jamie. So Kevin, as an archaeologist, bought all them properties.
Okay.
He owns all them properties right there, on Morgan Square.
Okay.
But that wedding was amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
But dude, old school tunes came on. Yeah. And just hit.
Ant's one of my favorite people on the planet, man. That dude is such an inspiration. Like, I don't know many people that are just as kind-hearted and elite at the same time as Richard Hawthorne.
Well, we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Our whole life. And that's one of the things that I always like. I take pride in Cedar Grove.
Yeah.
That's that one neighborhood on Lemoyne.
Okay.
Huey Smith.
Okay. Yeah.
Ryan Capri.
Yeah.
CJ Hawthorne.
I just got to hang out with Ryan yesterday. It was really cool.
CJ Hawthorne. You got
so you used to go on that Chaparral, the old party boat. Yeah.
You got Andrew, his brother.
Yeah, I met him.
Tony.
I met him yesterday too.
Jules O'Keefe.
Yeah. Solid.
Miles O'Keefe is back in town. Yeah. He just got back from LA. Awesome. Miles is living here now. They're doing the estate planning for Bradford O'Keefe.
Very cool.
Their dad runs that. So Big Jeff's brother.
Yep.
That's their dad.
Got it.
So Miles is back home.
Yeah.
But that's the Grove.
Oh man, that's a solid group of guys. Right.
My mom still lives in the Grove.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah. My mom. No. They're never leaving the Grove.
No. Yeah.
No. It's cool though. I mean, it's the Grove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that wedding was just.
I bet. I can't imagine.
It was simple and beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like
that was at the White House Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Who was the singer? They couldn't get Billy Miller, huh?
What? No, it's DJ.
Oh, DJ. Oh,
I don't know the DJ. No, it's probably Miles and them because I know they have.
Oh, yeah.
I know they have their own group, but they had. I mean, I don't know. I think they had a DJ. Whoever was operating that was transition.
Come on,
dude. Casey and JoJo. It was Casey and JoJo. Then it was walking out.
Okay,
walking out. I'm like, oh. was like trying to get Emily on the dance floor. And,
cool.
you know, Jerica Broussard?
Yeah.
It was me, Emily, and Jerica and her mom.
Yeah.
Jerica's moved to Colorado.
Right.
I love Jerica too. She's one. Have you seen Jerica's artwork?
No, I haven't.
So Jerica does. She makes like Kentucky Derby hats.
Oh, awesome.
And I have some of her art on the other side of the wall. But she's just a crazy artist. And,
Very cool.
we're gonna go stay with her in about a year.
Nice.
So I'm excited. Nice. She's just a passionate person. But yeah, I think she's moving into real estate.
Okay, awesome. The more the merrier. I love it.
Now, what do you think about interest rates with like going on? Is it always like this? You've been at 10 years. There's always been a jump.
Nah, man, interest rates are they appear to me to be, you know, the boogeyman, keeping people from getting in the business. But one of the best deals I ever made was a 0 interest owner finance deal. You know, anybody who's letting interest rates keep them out of the real estate game is, you know, just not being creative enough, not looking for enough outlets. I see more issues with the insurance right now. My clients can afford the interest rates more than they can the insurance rates right now.
Did you see this couple of the ones that I sent you over?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. No, I didn't even look. I just forwarded them over to the client. Like,
there's one house. I did because I mean, Brad sends me gives me ups on some quotes so I can help his customers out. But I did one house. I'm like, $7,000.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, this is, and I know that's I know where I'm at, and I was just like, yeah. And I was trying to tell you about that. It's all this roof and shit going on, and I mean,
the next one came out. That was much more reasonable. It was about $3,000, but that was like the highest elevation in the city of Ocean Springs. You know, it's like,
well, I mean, it's just insurance is a tough that. And I got in it where it's like I've been in it for 3 years, and it's gonna be an up and down battle. I mean, I'm just literally here for the client.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I do. Like, dude, I sent you a quote. What, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night? I was
Every
like,
time.
Yeah, but you have to.
If I requested at 8 o'clock or at night, you send it to me at 8 o'clock.
But
at night.
I think I'm going. I want to go to got my little briefcase.
Yeah.
I miss that old style fashion of you know, we have everything now is like, I can't do this time.
Right.
When shit was really booming,
Yeah.
you just worked.
Right.
Like,
right.
you make
That's how I am. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. Basically, my mom invited me over yesterday. She's like, "Hey, come out! Everybody's in town. We were hanging out by the pool." I was like, "Cool." I just brought my laptop. I played a game of Pig. I banged out a counter offer, right, and sent it out. All right, cool. I'll go play another game of Pig. I'll go wakeboard. I'll run back to my computer. Cool. Let's bang out another counter offer. Work-life balance. You know, it's very important, and I'm lucky that in my business I get to pick and choose how I make that happen.
I think they're good. I think I think that's the way I want to do insurance is I want to keep my phone line open.
Yeah.
Like I miss, like, you know, like I was saying the other day, I was like, I did a home for a Vietnamese lady. I did a house call. You know, like that was just,
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's kind of,
yeah.
There's I like a personal touch.
Yeah. I had to tell that to an agent the other day. You know, the family was having some health issues, and they weren't able to leave the house for us to show it. And, you know, I was like, man, that's not a problem at all. And he was, you know, like super appreciative. And I had to remind him, I was like, dude, you know, we're working with people here, not just real estate. You know, and you have to remember that you know, you're dealing with people here, and these people have goals. You know,
a big thing though is so real estate does get out, but insurance people, there's some that get out, but there's a lot that don't get out.
Right.
And I think that's a conflict if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because it works in both parts.
Right.
I mean, when you come to a closing, if you don't have the insurance in place, you can't close.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
So, you know, and that's like, I love, like, you know, I know that because of like Randy Richardson, John Carter.
Right.
Sundays are days of show.
Yeah. How do you even network if you don't get out? Like, I love getting out. Like, Chester Harvey taught me that early on in the business, is that, I'm going to this open house. I don't have a client looking at this. I don't have anything, but being engaged in the business is what keeps my business moving. If I don't engage in my business, it's like it just doesn't happen. But like the other day, I said, you know what? I'm going to wake up this morning. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for, a listing. I'm going to go drive around some areas I like, and I'm going to find something to list. And I drive around about 20 minutes in. I'm like, I don't see anything. But guess what? Out of the blue, client calls me up. Hey, Brad, I want to buy a house. All right, cool. It was like just being engaged through osmosis, makes it happen. I couldn't sit in a cubicle. I could never get anything done. I could never meet any.
I don't think either one of us could sit in a cubicle. I really don't. I don't. No. I don't think that.
No.
I just no.
I could sell millions and millions of dollars of real estate, but I couldn't function in a Burger King. We're just we're not built for that kind of life. That's just not us.
And like right now, I mean, a lot of it like right now is honestly, I've been on my computer, hanging out with my kid.
Yeah.
Because he goes back to school July 15th. He goes back to first grade.
Right.
So then I'll have plenty more time. Me and you can go run around
all day.
But I do want to take time. Like I don't want to put him in. I'm not putting him in daycare for a month.
Right.
Like
no, I do that with my nephew. I drag him along on. He gets in a lot of commercials because he enjoys it, and I can pick him up and he understands. Uncle B's gonna have to work, but he's gonna learn some cool stuff along the way, and he don't mind it at all. It's really cool.
So, do you like the selling the real estate, or do you like the investing in the real estate?
I really, really enjoy both, because I really enjoy the process of locating a deal and making a deal happen. And, I'm not always in the position to be buying or selling personally, but I still want to be engaged in that process. So I love being able to, my goal, my job is to connect buyers with sellers. And it doesn't matter which side of that I'm on. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the marketing side of the listings. That's what I enjoy. I really enjoy getting really creative with how to sell a listing and how to acquire a listing. That's a science, man. It's an art, more of an art than a science. It's not easy. And being able to locate the client, track them down, that part's not much fun. But once you get them on the line and you get to really tell them your story and tell them what your goals are and connect with that person. And when you connect with that person and you get that listing and then you get to market it, that's a really cool feeling. But just in general, connecting a buyer with a seller and making something, somebody's dreams come true in that world is just it's rewarding, and I love it.
And this is what you're gonna do forever.
Absolutely. Till I retire. Hey, even when I retire, I'll still do it.
But that's why I like movies. Like movies, that's why you got to push yourself in movies.
Yeah.
Similar like to me in podcasts.
Right.
I mean, I can't. I have to do this.
Yeah. No, this is great. I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
But I have to do this, dude. I have to. Like, cool, I love this. Like, I really do. I was telling you, like, I love the fact that, like, I had Ernest on from Port City Cafe.
Come on.
And he's been in business 30 years.
Yeah.
And he started working for Copeland's and Popeyes and on Canal Street in New Orleans. Like, and he came on we had a last week podcast, and I went to his restaurant. Me and Oliver went to his restaurant last Friday, and we got a sandwich and split it, because I usually split a sandwich with my son because he ain't eat shit, know. And
I love doing that. You can hit more spots,
Yeah. Well, Ernest's like, I walk in there, bro, and that place is where you network.
Okay.
You go to Port City Cafe in Biloxi on Pass Road, right by Edgewater Cleaners. Shout out to the Blaine brothers. Right there. And dude, there's not a parking spot.
Come on.
No, and it's like an old 50s cafe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with the building, yeah.
Yeah, and Ernest greets you every time you walk in.
That's cool.
And you can see Ernest's excitement because Ernest was allowed to tell his story.
Yeah.
And Ernest is the HOA of Ben Oaks.
Okay.
So that's another connection. But like Ernest is like super hardworking, has one of the most beautiful C8s I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, nice.
Rolls up to the house in a C8. Like, you know what I mean? But he's just like, that's what I work. I've been buying a Corvette since 1994.
Yeah.
So this is like he goes to Sam's and buys groceries every morning for the restaurant.
Wow.
He shops at Sam's because when Hurricane Katrina came, his cafe on 14th Street in Gulfport, he got lucky in the storm. The buildings blocked his building. It broke. I think it broke a couple windows, and then had a little bit of water in there. Mississippi Power needed food. So he signed a waiver, cleaned it up, and he was running for business a week during Katrina.
Wow.
And he fed Mississippi Power 1,200 meals a day.
Come on.
And he's a go-getter.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I did that because Sam's trusted me. And like, he'd go into Sam's and they wouldn't even charge him. Get what you need, Ernest.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like,
Wow.
To this day.
Yeah, you got to support those people who support you.
So to this day, Ernest is at Sam's Club at 10 a.m.
Love it.
Or no, 9:30. And he's 9:30, and then he's back at the restaurant or 9, and he's back at the restaurant 10. But he buys every day.
Love it.
And he said, you know what? He goes, it's networking.
Yeah.
I wear my shirt. I shake hands.
Yeah.
And he goes, guess what? I'm always buying food fresh from them. Like I'm always buying.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's 48 dozens.
Yeah.
Like he buys 48 dozen eggs. Like he has it up to a science.
It is a great feeling when you connect with another business owner and you get to where you have this camaraderie and you just work, you help each other out, promote each other's businesses constantly. It's so rewarding. It feels great.
And he told me like that's just like what he loves. Like he went to school, he went to LSU for business administration. And he tried to work for corporate places and he got in business in 92, and then him and his partner separated. He had like the little tiny diner right there off Dito Road, and he figured out how to do Uber calls before everybody. Like he sold all his meals to Seaway. Yeah. To the shipyard people. That's how he started making money. And then his partner separated. Okay. And then he created, they had another location was the other building on 14th Street. And then he got the first building he gave to his partner and then went in debt with the other building. Like he couldn't even afford an ice machine.
Oh, wow.
He couldn't even afford an ice machine.
Yeah.
He got a loan from the bank. I think it was community bank. Wouldn't give him finally gave him a loan because the guy ate there. Yeah. And then once he paid it off in 6 months, and then he always had a line of credit.
That's awesome. Yeah, line of credit is the way to go.
Yeah,
buddy.
but he worked his way up,
yeah, of course.
And that's the guy that came on my show last week.
That's awesome.
I mean, you sum up that podcast, you're like, dude lives in Ben Oaks, he's got one of the nicer houses in Ben Oaks.
Come on, nice.
Yeah, no, but that's he works 7 days a week. Yeah, but that's a person that's passionate about the community and the coast. Absolutely. And had a dream. He didn't come from money. Right. He's from New Orleans. Yeah. That's what I love about this coast.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
And that's cool to hear you talk about Biloxi and your development and you having a place. You own a building next to Mary Mahoney's.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I literally only bought it because it was next to Mary Mahoney's.
And I love Mary Mahoney's.
Yeah. I mean, my building's really cool, but yeah, that prestige, that history, Bobby's just such a great guy too. It's like that right there. That's the most iconic restaurant on the Gulf Coast. It's beautiful. The food's good. The service is great. And just to be able to sit there and look out my window and watch those people eat. But also when those people sit there and look out the window, they might see my billboard too. It's just it's prestige, baby. And I love that location. Yeah.
Is it weird? You sit out there to take pride in? You're like, God, this is sick.
Not weird at all, dude. I fucking live for that shit, dude. Yeah. I whip my gardening tools out there. I get out there first thing in the morning. I'm out there gardening on my front porch, just watching all these, Biloxi socialites walk by. It was funny. They had a big, the state came down for some big event yesterday, right on our little walking path. And I guess just the right person noticed that I had a light hanging down from the street light. We have that rope light that goes down our street. Yeah. And I guess the right person saw it. And I woke up this morning and they were out there fixing it. It's a really cool spot. Yeah.
So you got two short-term rentals there. Yeah. And your office.
That's correct.
What's the square footage of your office?
Oh, around about 800 square feet.
It's plenty.
Yeah, it's plenty big. Big.
I mean. Yeah, I think the new modern way.
14-foot ceilings too on that bad boy.
Old floors too.
Yeah, split brick, baby.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, it's an old building, but it looks really
And
cool.
you're building a house in Ocean Springs?
Yeah. Well, remodeling one, yeah, on Fort Bayou.
Are you going to live there or flip it?
I'm going to live there. That's going to be my forever home. Only way I sell that house is, I never say never. Everything's got a price tag. If, I had somebody saying, hey, look, here's an offer right now that's, a solid offer. And at the exact same time, somebody else is trying to sell me something I like better. In that scenario, I
How
sell
big is
it.
this house?
It's about... Right now, it's 1,600 square feet, but the attic is vaulted and framed out so that I can close in the attic. I had another about
Like
500.
similar like this?
Exactly.
I think it's about 26.
Very similar. A little longer and skinnier. Yours, you have a lot more wide space in here. Mine, imagine this part of this room, but maybe, 10 feet longer. But A-frame.
When I bought this, AC didn't even work up here.
Really?
Yeah, shout out to Jeremy Harlan for hooking me up with this
Good
AC.
job, Jeremy.
Yeah,
Crushed it.
Jeremy.
Feels good.
I love Jeremy. But yeah, I mean, we paid $150 for this place.
Come on. That's awesome.
Jake Carter sold it to me on 7 years ago,
Yeah.
and I'm never leaving here.
Yeah, there
like
you
I
go.
mean, you say everything's
go.
at a price, but unless it's like a big multi-sell the whole, because this is a good location,
Great location.
and in our location right here, this could be a location where they buy every house
I absolutely I see that happening.
because of development,
Yeah.
because of where
I see
we're
that
at.
happen. And this industrial area right here is just it's prime.
Yeah, so I could see that happening,
Yeah.
and but probably unless it was like some stupid number, no,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dude, I love being around like it's different houses. There's like my neighbor next door is trying to figure out what he's building, or
Yeah.
there's the older couple down the road, and
Yeah.
the fact that I even own a home is kind of cool.
It is cool. It
Like
is cool.
the whole concept of having a house.
yeah.
Screw how big the house.
Oh man, the things that real estate will change your life in so many ways, man. It's wild, and anybody can get into it, and that's what people don't realize. Everybody thinks it's I had no business at one point buying a house that I bought. I had absolutely no business. I owed the IRS a bunch of money. I was teaching. I wasn't making any money. I was buying a house downtown Ocean Springs. I was owner financing it. I sold my vehicle. I sold everything I had to put down a down payment on this tear down for $200,000, right? And I was like, I had no business buying it. And then the IRS is like, hey, by the way, you work for the state, so we're going to garnish your wages until we're all paid back. So I had to work from November throughout the school year without a paycheck, and I somehow had to manage to pay that mortgage on that house. And I ended up selling that one for almost $250,000 tax-free profit 3 years later. And
dope.
and that was proof to me that anybody can get into this business. You got to be really creative. You got to bust ass. It's not easy, but I bought that. I said, I'll give you a nice down payment, but I want a zero interest owner finance deal on this. And he took it. It's like, all right, downtown Ocean Springs, right in the thick of it on Dewey Avenue.
What'd you end up selling it for?
$360.
So you made $250,000.
Yeah, you know it, buddy.
Shit. Oh man.
Close to it. Yeah. Tax free too, because if you live in it 2 out of the last 5 years, then you don't have to pay any taxes on that profit up to $250,000. Now, don't take this as accounting advice or legal advice.
No, but I mean,
I'm neither of those. But
I bought my house.
Yeah.
My buddy Jughead passed away as my roommate, and I moved into my mom's apartment right there on exit 50 in St. Martin, and I didn't have a place to go. Now I had my cleaning business, a Janie King, and I started trying to look for apartments, and they're like $1,000 a month. I'm like, fuck. I mean, and all of a sudden it's like, I remember, I pulled up I remember calling Bancorp South. I still bank with them on one business, but I was like, is there any kind of deals going on about mortgage? And they never got back to me.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, they wasn't really big in the mortgage then. And I was like, okay. And then I remember calling Sunny Mortgage.
Okay.
Pops Ferry, Sunny. She goes, yeah, we got a rural development program. And she goes, let me look at your paperwork. If I can make it happen, we'll make it happen. I went there. It was a note, it was 3% or whatever. Zero money down. She said, you got, $120,000. You can buy a house. and found a house in Hickory Hills for 105.
Nice.
One of the flipper houses.
Come on.
1,440 square foot.
Yeah.
2 lots.
Nice. Okay.
And after insurances and I was paying $710 a month.
Right.
I moved in. Then my buddy Micah, he paid me a good bit. He paid me. Can you make me one too? Yeah. Micah paid me $350 a month until he started dating his girlfriend Molly, ex-girlfriend. Shout out to Molly, but he paid me up till then. But he paid a percentage of it for a while, and then Micah did when he moved in with his girlfriend. He's like, I'm staying with her now, but I got my stuff at your house. It's one of them bro deals. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like, all right. I was like, all right. But it was one of them bro deals. Yeah. And can you cut that with a little water? Yeah. And he, so it wasn't bad. I mean, I made do. And I never, it was exciting. But it was, I remember like when I bought that place, I had my mom gave me one red love seat and a full size mattress.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it had new flooring in it. It had tile.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
yeah.
but at the time, I think it was like 2010. No,
Okay.
2012, 2011.
How old were you?
What was that? I mean, I'm trying to do the math right now.
In your 20s?
I'm 37, so
Okay.
2012.
I don't know. I'm not good with numbers.
25, 24.
Okay. Nice. Oh wow, young. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
But it was still cheaper than an apartment.
Right. Right. Yeah. I had a buddy a couple years ago. He come to me. He said, "I think I'm be ready in about a year. I think I'll be ready in a year." I said, "All right. Well, look. Here's a link to my website. Just go ahead and start looking at stuff and get to know the market and get to know. That way in a year you'll be like, okay, I know what areas I like. I know what I'm gonna expect to be paying in these areas, even though everything can change in a year. But just start looking." It wasn't 2 weeks before we were under contract for a house for him, and his girlfriend wanted nothing to do with it. She's like, we're not married. We're not ready for a house. He's like, okay, well, cool. I'll just buy it. Right. So he said, all right, well, I'm under contract to buy the house. You want to go see it? She's no. All right. Well, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to make some plans for the house. Would you want to go? No. She wanted nothing to do with it. He goes to the closing table and he buys the house. He comes back home where they're paying rent and he says, all right, cool. The mortgage is $750. She said, hold on, our rent's $1,200. We're going to be spending almost half on our mortgage. Next thing you know, she's in there scraping popcorn off the ceilings. That was 2 houses ago now. And now he's a full-time, I mean, he's in the contracting world now, but now he's always wanting to invest in new real estate. And it was just really cool to see that. He thought it would be a year. And I tell you what, he bought that house. He was out $250. So we got the seller to pay the closing costs. We got the FHA to pay his down payment. And he came out the cost of the home inspection, and that was it. And then $750 on his mortgage. 2 years later, he sold that house, made about $50,000, tax-free money, rolled it into the next one. I mean, full time, baby.
Like I told you, we got rid of that spot, that house. Something I just don't enjoy.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like doing the photography for it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think that was like you got to know what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy.
Yeah, I'm burnt out on the construction side of things. I am. I'm burnt out on having to move tools around. I'm burnt out on having to clean up after myself.
And not only that, it's just nobody's ever straightforward in that
right,
shit.
Right. I love the design aspect. I love coming up with the idea and making it happen. That part to me, because I'm an artist at heart. I'm just not good at drawing and stuff. So my art form is absolutely, my design and my construction. And I'm not a wealthy man, so I do all my own work because I have to. Believe me, I don't want to. Yeah, no. But if it's between, I can plumb this house myself. Man, I tell you what, the last one I plumbed, it was like 0 degrees outside, no wind tunnel. And I got shit dumping on my head. And it was, pretty miserable, but it saved me about $20,000. So
I'm going the route of, I do love insurance.
Yeah.
Like I really do.
I can tell.
I
can
geek out.
tell. Every time we talk about insurance, you get this big old smile on your
Well,
face.
it's fascinating to learn. It's a whole different system.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so many rules, and it's like
it's good to be passionate about your job, buddy.
well,
Yeah.
But no, it's something that I like. It's really it's not hard. It's a relationship game.
Yeah.
And it allows me the same concept you were saying about like, you know, real estate is I'm creative too.
Yeah.
And I
Way more
love
creative than me.
Huh?
Even more creative than
No,
me.
we're just, no, everybody's no, you're see the thing is I just take the on the creative side, I just jump harder.
Yeah, you do.
Like I'll spend more time. Like I'll like this new podcast. You know, most people have been like, you know what? Don't do another podcast. Quit. I just can't.
Yeah.
Like, and let me tell you something. When I restarted this podcast, I think you're gonna be episode 26.
Okay.
And I just in my head, like I just left that meeting. We had the pink dress run meeting today.
Right.
And you waited 15, 20 minutes. You're driving around looking for properties.
Yes, sir.
But you're here, and I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
I just don't want. I don't want to give up.
Yeah.
I think that's something that keeps me going. Is like I just don't want to
Give up on what? Your dreams? Is that even an option?
Yeah, well, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people do. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that want to start a podcast.
Yeah.
They talk about it. Sounds great.
Right.
But then there's people like me that are like, you know what? Just fucking do it.
The difference I think is the motivation behind it. You know, why are they doing it versus why you're doing it? You know why you're doing it. Right. Whether we know why you're doing it or not, you do. And that's why you can.
I want to highlight you. I want people to know who the hell you are.
Exactly. And I think a lot of other people who might say they want to do it, they don't know why they want to do it. You know, I'm baffled sometimes by the people who start podcasts. You know, like podcasts historically have been like a marketing networking tool. It's a way for people to promote their businesses, promote themselves and stuff. And you know, I'm kind of blown away sometimes when I'm like, just like, there's like no motivation intrinsically or extrinsically, and you can kind of tell it just falls flat. There's not you know that you can tell they're not passionate about it.
I like the highlight thing of like you know, when somebody sees you out downtown, they're like, Brad, dude, that was a really good podcast hearing your story.
Right.
And that's to me is like that's all I care about.
Yeah,
like,
I love it.
Like that's your story. That's what
it is. That's the best part. Is you know, because it's like your best friends won't like your video. Your best friends won't comment. Your best friends won't share. Your best friends want nothing to do with it. You'll be at the gas station. It's some random, and they'll be like, Brad, I love your stuff, and you're just like, yeah, okay, that chick, I don't know who she is. I just met her, but she likes all my stuff and follows my stuff. You know, it's just like, that's really cool. I've been getting that a lot with my signs on Front Beach lately. You know, I had Drew Brule. He stopped me the other day on Highway 9. He's like, dude, I love your signs, man. That's
what
like,
inspired you to do that?
That's like the baddest ass welder on the coast. That's my boy.
No, but what? And so I know Chase cut your hair.
Yeah. So you talking about the signs?
No, but I mean the sign with your haircut, the mullet.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to divulge too much about why I got the mullet and you know the nice clothes. So I'm working on some ideas. I'm working on some projects.
I know, but
and you got to have a look for the kind of stuff I'm working on.
He's one of my. I do like your barber. I do
Yeah.
like he's what is he, third generation?
At least
Cox barber.
Yeah.
I love
At
his,
least, yeah.
He thinks third. No, he's third, I think.
Yeah. Because I guess I haven't been open longer than that, but yeah. Gerald's dad was there as well, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, so you went full mustache, full mullet, and you put that on a sign.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been working on the mullet for a little while. So yeah, the whole idea behind that was, so this was a prime property. I mean, it was probably the most prestigious property on the Gulf Coast, and these people weren't willing to list with anybody because obviously you don't need anybody to list that property. It will sell itself, right? So I called him, and I even brought him potential buyers. I was trying to work a deal, and I reached a point where I said, you know what, like, no's not an option. I don't care what it is. I'm going to find a way to do something there and benefit from it. It doesn't matter. I said, I don't care.
You told me you're going to do it for free if it was offered.
I did it for $5,000. The signs cost me $5,000. I said, okay, so if I'm going to do this, I got to make it worth it. Right. So I said, all right, let's how are we gonna make it worth it? So I started looking for ideas, and I was getting on all kind of sites, just looking for different billboards and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna find something creative. And somehow I come across like a magazine shoot, and I was like, that's it, that's the look. I want it to look like a magazine shoot on Front Beach. And so that's how I shot it. And Chuck Miskovich crushed the photography on that too. Absolutely crushed it. So yeah, I said, if I'm gonna do this, I want to get something out of it. And I tell you what, that's been the biggest win of my career right there. Because now there is a deal in the works on that. And my client's offering me a very, very generous bonus for working so hard on it. And now my signs get to stay on the property for the duration until it closes, which is going to be a while. So it was just a huge monumental win. And I got the best part was getting to use the creativity and like say, hey, look, what can I get out of this? No's not an option. What am I going to do? And it was a really, really cool experience.
So I'm about to take a pee real quick.
Yeah.
And I want you to plug where you're at, what your business is, and then we'll come back. We're going to get in some more stories.
All right, let's do it.
There's a bathroom over there too, so if you got to pee, we'll take turns.
Ah, my man.
But no, plug your business on that. But I'll tell you what, that is probably that's a risky marketing business. But that's dope.
It panned out, man. I'm not gonna lie, it panned out, and it won't be the last one. If y'all have a premier piece of property and you need it listed, depending on how premier it is, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a sweet deal. If it's got a big enough space for a 4x8 sign with heavy traffic, you call me. My name is Brad Jay. I'm a licensed agent with Real Broker LLC. My office is next door to Mary Mahoney's, just to the north. Buy and sell real estate all day, every day. Represent clients, and I pride myself in my integrity and my creativity, and those are the skills that I use to find my clients the best deals and make their dreams come true. Now I'm gonna go pee. Ooh, fuck. What? God, them legs, boy. I gotta whoop, whoop. Just tight. I don't sit like that. That's what. I don't sit. I don't cross my leg. But it's only when it looks good.
You can vape one here.
Huh?
You can if you want to vape.
No, I don't want to be a bad influence for the kids. All right, fuck it.
I mean, if I don't cut any of this stuff out. No, that's mine. That's yours.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. Huh?
I said you can cut that out.
What? Cut what out?
Me picking up your drink. Just kidding, man.
No.
All right.
No, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, it's better to just keep. It ain't gonna affect anything.
Yeah. No, I agree. Look, man, if anybody here is judging me
Yeah.
based on this podcast, they
That's
missed
50 minutes in.
They missed a lot of interesting stuff that happened to me before this podcast. So,
What happened to your teeth?
oh man, the teeth. I was riding my bike, and that bike goes real fast, man. And I live on the wild side, and
Like 28 miles an hour or something?
oh yeah, I was going 20 plus, over 20, yeah, on an e-bike, and I looked down. I mean, I started pedaling, and all of a sudden my chain got stuck, and I couldn't move my. And I didn't know there was a car in front of me. I don't know if there was. I don't know, but I looked down for 2 seconds to see why my pedals weren't moving, and in that 2 seconds, that car in front of me slammed on their brake. Next thing I know, I was in the back seat with their kids, and my tooth went through my lip. The teeth are in the back seat somewhere still.
Wow.
And yeah. But luckily, they grew back stronger. They grew back straighter. They grew back whiter. I mean, look.
Why didn't you get like a diamond tooth though?
I wanted to. I did. I wanted to. They told me that it would take longer, and I really had to close this deal. So I couldn't walk into this closing table. There was no way I was closing this
Brad,
deal.
if you would have got like
No, I know. Hey, look, here's the thing. I can always still do it.
Is it retainer or is it
No, this is permanent. This is permanent.
What do they use, cement?
It is, I think it's some type of resin. Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
I can eat corn on the cob with it, and that is, I tell you what, have you ever had the dream of your teeth falling out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, the best way to stop that dream is to go knock your teeth out. I promise you, I have not had that dream since I knocked my teeth out. I used to have that dream all the time. My teeth were falling out. You know, it's just like, that's a miserable dream. But once you knock your teeth out, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, dude, that's not bad.
I did it. I did. So like, if you look at like the cover art of the podcast,
Okay.
as the kid with the silver tooth is me.
Okay.
So that was my front tooth that knocked out. And
Nice.
They put a platinum tooth there.
Nice. So yeah, one of my future marketing goals is I want to, obviously the Stanley Cup would be my dream, but I want to rent the I want a billboard in the penalty box. I'll settle for the Mississippi Seawolves, obviously. I want my billboard in the Mississippi Seawolves in the penalty box, but I want to have the photo without the teeth. Yeah.
That's one of my Goon.
Okay. Yeah.
The guy from American Pie.
Yeah.
What's Sean? Is it Sean? No.
Talking about Stifler.
Stifler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Goon? Was it Goons?
No, I don't think I have.
You've never seen that?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
Watch it tonight.
Okay.
It says he has like Goon and Goon 2.
Okay.
But all he is like a enforcer.
Okay. Cool.
And like he loses all his teeth, but you don't fight him.
I'll tell you what, it was really neat too. I once I knocked those teeth out, until I got the new teeth in, I just naturally spoke Canadian hockey player. It just like it came out Canadian hockey player. I don't know what. It was just like it was easier to talk that way without the teeth.
What is this? Coffee?
That is a toffee nut. Yeah, I just tried that for the first time today. I used to smoke the tobacco, the cancer sticks, and this was my.
I used to smoke Parliaments.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
That's actually really good. I'm hit together.
Yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
I have my medical card too.
There you go.
But I do like. I mean, I'm not a. I do like that flavor.
Yeah, that's nice.
Some other flavors are just too much.
Yeah, I don't like the fruity flavors and all that.
Yeah.
No, that one's right in the middle. It's not the tobacco flavor where it's like real harsh and just like tobacco and like, but it's also not that fruity flavor. I like this, but no, this is just a transition.
Emily's
I'm trying to go non.
No, I'm not transiting. No, because like I don't like. I really do like. I still to this day I'll smoke a cigarette. I'll probably smoke 3 cigarettes a month.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what it feels like again.
Yeah. No, believe me, if this was an outdoor podcast and you lit up a smoke right now, I'd probably join you. Yeah. I would probably.
But I mean,
I'm not going to wake up in the morning and be like, "Oh, I need another cigarette."
But that's why I kind of check myself on that. Like,
honestly, I can't even finish that one cigarette. I like to light it up. I like to have a couple of drags, maybe, but I don't want a whole cigarette.
Like for me, like it's like cold outside, right?
Yeah.
You got you a cool brew.
Yeah.
Like it's let's say you're at the back of the juke joint.
Oh yeah.
And it's cold outside, and then you just couple hits. Like, oh
yeah, it slaps, dude.
Dude, I remember like, but look, I mean, I have to like keep myself in check when it comes to cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, I do enjoy nicotine. I mean, that's why all these guys. The one thing I haven't got into is all my friends. They're on the Zens.
Yeah.
I'm not on Zens.
No.
But everybody I know is on Zens.
Yeah. I think they come in here and pop the Zens in so they don't have to smoke in your studio.
But Zens is nicotine.
Yeah. No, I like the Zens. They're not a bad alternative. It's a lot easier for me to Zen in front of a client or in something. And
what gram are you on Zens?
Boy, if it's a 3, I got to pop 2 of them. But if it's 1, I
no, really? What's it? I mean, so is a 6 pretty strong?
6, yeah, 6 is pretty strong. 6 is good. Yeah. No, I mean none of them are. I wouldn't say any of them are strong. Honestly, like if you want strong, go get you some Copenhagen, dude. Knock you on your ass. But
so I've always been skull long cut.
Skull long cut. Okay.
No, yeah. Especially when I was gamer.
Yeah.
Straight dipping.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
So the first I smoked when I was young, like in college and stuff, and the way I quit then was I didn't like dipping. So I would make myself dip every time I wanted a cigarette, and I hated it. So it was like you do that for a couple weeks, and yeah, you're done. You're done with the tobacco. Once I got back into the movie business, and everybody in the movie business that I was working with, everybody smoked
coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah, it just that. So yeah, exactly, and planning activity kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Movie planning stuff. So yeah, a lot of cigarettes.
Well, I mean, I'm not ashamed. Like I think everybody has like a crutch. For me, I've always been pretty open, especially when I got into the in September we got our own medical marijuana coming out for cancer.
Awesome.
I've always been pretty open with my stuff. Now I don't do like in the heavy stuff. That's not my kind of game. But like, I've always also I also believe that like it's good for keeps my brain calm.
Yeah.
Nicotine's always kind of, and I think it's the ADHD and all that.
Absolutely.
Kind of keeps you kind of calm a little bit.
I can relate to that for sure.
But I don't like force anybody to do anything.
No.
I'm 37, and this podcast, bud, is not for kids.
No.
I mark it that way. It's not for kids. Your kids should not watch the show. Like I told, which I love Brownwater. I always mess with Jared. I'm
I love it.
That's for kids. I always tell them like, because they have a great show.
Right.
But this is, I mean, I want a midget wrestler on here.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out to the midget wrestlers of the world.
I just like, I never want it. Like, that's why like Oliver, he'll come up and say, hey, but like, this is a dad show.
Yeah.
This is,
I
mean,
this is like the man show of the Gulf Coast.
I hope.
Yeah.
I mean,
to me it is. I get on. I love getting on your podcast and watching it. And it's like a camaraderie of the men in business. You know, it really is, and it's really cool.
You know how many times we finished a bottle on this show? Jeez.
Yeah, buddy. I bet.
But it's forever, and I want people to know that. And that's another thing I get feedback from too. Is like, it's like, oh, I do. Like, there's people that are gonna watch this sitting at their house having a bourbon.
Yeah,
they're literally gonna be like, I hit that. I'm on the same vape you're on.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
you don't want that toffee nut. Go to that.
You brought it up.
Cosmic vapes. Look, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. Cosmic vapes. If y'all looking for like the CBD, if you're not looking for the medical stuff, if you're looking for something over the counter, some CBD or something that really does the trick. That Cosmic Vapes in Ocean Springs. That dude over there is running a production in there when it comes to that stuff. I highly recommend that store. It's awesome.
Well, I think for me, also, I got cerebral palsy. So
okay,
yeah. So it's I don't do Lortabs.
Nah.
So
I don't like any pills. I mean, never have, never will.
I'm not gonna say I don't. When I was prescribed Lortabs.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
Right,
but they're not long term. Like that's why you see people that get like super addictive.
Absolutely, yeah,
because they are great. They're amazing.
Yeah,
like really, like if you like, I mean, but not long term.
Right,
like in anything like long term, but like I can see why people that get addicted to them. And
absolutely,
I was on like 3 or 4 or a day.
Yeah, I honestly I don't like them. I avoid them because I have that addictive personality. And I know that if I did do it, I would. When I knocked my teeth out, they did prescribe me some painkillers. You know, I threw that prescription in the trash. I know myself too well to go fill in a prescription of painkillers, dude.
Well, I mean, if I had 2 good feet.
Yeah,
it'd be different because there's certain pains, but that's where I found like I never liked marijuana.
Really?
I mean, I when I was cool, like younger, it was cool to like watch like.
Could have swore I smelled marijuana when I walked into this studio.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, it was me.
Yeah. No, it was me. But no, like Showdown Little Tokyo. I remember when I was younger, like I remember smoking and watching Showdown Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
I think I could when I was high, I felt like I could like understand subtitles better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, like
I don't know what you mean, but I do know what you mean.
I was more advanced. I was more advanced and like, and then, I remember first time ever, doing that. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But as I got older, I was, my late 20s. I was like, I got to figure something out for my pain.
Yeah.
And that's when I started doing like, even to this day, like if I smoke, it's like, it's not a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's like ibuprofen.
Yeah.
1 or 2 hits.
I have pretty much switched to just the CBD because it's not for me. I don't like to get like baked. I don't like to get high. It's like
you don't like not having control.
Right. Exactly.
You get paranoid.
So yeah, later in the day after I'm done with my work, if I do a little bit of CBD, like I can still go to the gym. Like I could do CBD and go to the gym. You're not getting high. You're just like you get a little bit of a, it's like,
no, you still get a little high because CBD,
a little bit, but
it's still in there.
But it doesn't. It's not like this hours long thing where you're in a daze. Smoke a little bit of CBD. I can go crush at the gym. And then when I wake up in the morning, I don't have like that marijuana hangover at all. So,
But I'd rather, like, the thing is, that you get, like, when people, like, I'll talk to people and they're like, well, marijuana is bad for you. And then they're like, well, what do you take? Like, Zoloft. I'm like, what?
yeah.
What's bad for you?
Yeah. One of my favorite jokes is,
Let's numb the pain.
yeah. One of my favorite jokes is, oh, you're scared to try marijuana because it's a gateway drug? You should try cocaine.
I think not, enjoy yourself and just, don't be hateful.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing. I think that's something that also considered a drug as being hateful.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people that they, if you don't have something to live for, if you don't have real goals and ambitions, you kind of just, fall into this trap of what's expedient. And it's just like, you get this instant dopamine from arguing with people online and just being hateful. And you get to a point where, that's all you have. And it's sad, man.
What do you remember when you went on the phone the other day and you're like, dinner in the movie?
Yeah.
I remember dinner in the movie and they had Tremors playing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Dude, dinner in a movie. Yeah. So, yeah, that was great.
Is that
great concept there. I think
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, telling you, it's like, and they made food and like, Kevin Bacon. It's like, I think they did bacon that episode, but
right.
No, I used to love dinner in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've got some plans. I'm gonna try to bring that back a little bit with some real estate flair too.
But it's gotta be. I mean, the only thing is, if you get into commercial stuff like us, like I'm cool with I'm okay with copping on shows and stuff.
Yeah.
But I also I'm okay with being PG on certain things, but also like being real. Like I do like, because you have to be a certain level where you have to be a little, like, there's so many people I deal with client wise that enjoy me being a little more edgy because they're edgy.
Yeah.
Some of the most successful people I ever met are like, they swear like birds,
right?
But they love you.
Yeah.
And they work hard.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And, a lot of deals I've ever seen, some of the biggest deals I've ever seen is over a bourbon.
Yeah. Right.
And a handshake.
Right. Absolutely. Dude, I used to go to bars to network because like anytime I'd walk into a bar, and it's like I didn't go there for that, but it was like every time I'd go to a bar, I just strike up a conversation with just some random stranger or somebody I've known forever. And it's like it's magic how sometimes it just lands you a deal, and it's just like, again, I'm not going there for that, but it got to a point where I was just like, yeah, dude, I have to go out because my business does depend on me getting out, having drinks, networking with these people, and building connections with them. You're not just sitting there having a drink just so you can eventually try to sell them something. But no, if you sit there and you connect with these people, it just magic happens, man.
And that's one thing I love about the show. I mean, I really do, because I love that people are gonna have I'm so excited for this podcast to air because people are gonna be super pumped because me and you have been going back and forth, with no dead air, besides taking a pee break,
right?
And that's it's gonna inspire them. I mean, there's so many people right now that are gonna listen to this podcast and they're having the same thoughts me and you're having right now. And that's cool.
Yeah.
We're underground radio, dude.
Yeah.
This is underground radio.
Yeah.
There's no sponsors.
Right.
We're our own sponsors. Sponsored by you, sponsored by me.
Yeah. Just dudes connecting with dudes.
You want real estate? Brad Jay. All right. You want insurance? Jordan Duron. Oliver Scott. Insurance.
Yeah.
I named that insurance company because my kid has a speech therapy. I wasn't hooked on phonics, so my buddy.
Same.
So my buddy Emmanuel.
I learned to read in 3rd grade, dude.
So my buddy Emmanuel owns Quickly's too,
okay.
And people are like, "What? I love him to death," but he owns all the e-vape shops, and he owns Quickly's.
Yeah.
And I
love Quickly's.
Yeah. Me and him both were hooked on phonics.
Yeah, same.
And he dropped out in 8th grade.
Come on.
And built an empire.
Yeah. I was a special ed student. And I don't know if anybody ever wants to do the research and confirm this for me. I'm probably the only ever special ed student who became a special ed teacher. Yeah. I was a special ed student, and then I went to school for physical education, and ended up teaching special education. So not only was I a special ed student, but I was a special ed teacher.
Really?
Yeah, true story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious. I doubt that's ever happened before or since.
So what was the special ed like? What was your symptoms that they like?
Generally, most of them were attention deficit, dyslexia, but also some had some very cool autism students. I had some Asperger's. The Asperger's ones are the funnest, man. I'd love to shout out some names of old students with Asperger's and stuff, but I can't do that. But boy, I had some cool ones, man. So I had some cool ones.
So did you finish all the way to high school in special ed?
No, once I got to high school, they gave me the choice, and they said, at this point, you're at the age where you get to choose whether or not you want to be in special education anymore. And I was looking at my peer group, and I was like, not only do I not want SPED, I was like, but take me off the Ritalin too, buddy. I mean, I lived in ISI, but Dr. Hirsch and them boys, man, they kept me in school, man. No matter how bad I did, they're like, nope, we're going to keep you in. And I mean, I stayed in trouble, but I I was a bad kid, but it never hurt anybody else. It was only me. It's like, if I jump off a roof, I want to climb on a roof and jump off a roof. It only hurt me. I wasn't jumping on to anybody else, That was a wild one. But dude, I graduated from there. What was really cool was going back and student teaching where I went to elementary school. I get there, I'm there on my first day, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be cool because nobody here knows who I am, but they know who I was. So I see my old teacher, Miss Hopper. She's coming down the hall. I say, good morning. She's like, hey, how are you? So I started chatting with her. She's like, so we started chatting. And I said, do you remember Brad Jay? She stopped and she goes, where's he at these days? I was like, he's student teaching at Pecan Park Elementary. Her face turned white. She about fell on the ground. And it's funny because I don't judge her. I wasn't disappointed. I was like, I would have reacted the exact same way. If I showed up knowing who I was when I was a kid, I would have been blown away too. It was wild. I loved getting that reaction.
That's crazy. So I never. I'm pretty sure that I could have been put in there in this special ed, especially with being having cerebral palsy and having dyslexia and ADHD and all that stuff, and being on Ritalin since I was and so they put you in at a young age though. Oh yeah. So it was really they didn't really test you that well. That was just more like back in our day was like he's going there.
Yeah. It was basically, back then the program was a lot better. They pulled you out. They let you just focus on the basics, and they took you out of, the stuff that, I miss a lot of English, but I was working on reading. What good is the English class if I don't know how to read? And back in the day it was set up better where, I could focus on those primary skills that I needed and then go back to my class and work on the other stuff. But now it's gotten to where, the system is so rigged financially that kids are getting services that are substandard to what they deserve because the school gets more money based on where they place that kid. So you've got a kid who needs more help, but if they put him in a class where he gets more help, the government gives them less money. So you have kids who are getting less services because it benefits the school and it doesn't benefit the kid. And that's ultimately why I left. Because, even when the kids were coming to my classroom and the, a lot of the teachers, they think that, when that kid's in that class with you, they want you to finish their work. They want you to do stuff that they couldn't get done in their class. And I want to focus on those skills. I want to focus on getting this kid ready for that classroom. And the system's just so messed up with the bureaucracy and the way the funding works for all that it's just
kind of broke your heart, huh?
absolutely broke my heart.
Because you'd stay in teaching right now.
Buddy, if I could just go in there and work with these kids and didn't have to fill out paperwork, I spent half my day justifying to the government why they should keep paying me to do my job. Well, I'm lying because I'm in here doing this paperwork half the day. So I'm not actually, honestly, I can't justify you paying me this money because you're paying me so much money to just sit here and do this paperwork and monitor rather than teaching skills. And it's a broken system. Absolutely broken system.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Now, eventually, when I make it and when I'm financially free, I'm going to go back and I'm going to advocate for these kids. Right now, I can't afford it, but no, I'm not for it.
Was it pretty hard on you though?
That?
No, I mean, like you spent all the way up to high school or did you do junior high too?
Yeah, definitely.
In special ed?
Yeah.
Dude, you're not special ed.
No.
Holy shit. I mean.
Well, hold on. No. The kid I was then is not the guy I am now.
No, but if you would have had different, if you would have had somebody say, no, let me just help you with reading.
Yeah.
Same thing with my son.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I have my own insurance office is because my kids got made, my son's, somebody made fun of my kid's speech and then made me create my own Oliver Scott insurance because my kid was terrified because of how he talked.
Right.
An adult made fun of my kid.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It inspired me to do
beat his ass.
No, because I know, but I know what Oliver feels like because I remember being that way.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess, no, I'm no different. I mean, hell, if you really want to think this way, the way I think, the way I push myself, I might think I'm better.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally I look at people like sometimes I'm like, I mean, you got 2 good feet. I got 1.
Right.
I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of an advantage for me.
Yeah.
I push myself harder.
Yeah.
Come back to doing things.
Yeah. No, I would say like it wasn't hard on me because at the time, and then let me just start over and just tell all the parents out there who their kids are struggling, don't let the school system tell you what the standards for your kid are, because I'm telling you, the system is not set up for every kid. It's set up in a way where they want every kid to adhere to the exact same standards, and it's not possible. If your kid is struggling in school and they want you to put your kid on medication, don't.
You spend your whole life on Ritalin.
You're going to spend your whole At the end of the day, your kid's going to struggle in school, but he's not going to struggle as an adult. Let your kid live out his kid years and be a C student.
So
and let him be an A+ adult.
So my goal is to put Oliver on every billboard.
Yeah, there you go.
Confidence.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's build confidence.
Let's go. Absolutely.
Because I knew, I was talking to Emmanuel about that. Like, look at Emmanuel and take over. He dropped out 8th grade because he didn't want to handle school anymore.
Yeah.
Look at Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Like 10 companies.
Right.
And if you think he doesn't work, go see him on Sunday.
Yeah.
He's downtown Ocean Springs working his ass off. Like, I mean, and it's like, I remember Emily sent me a photo of Oliver, like, in school, like, doing activities by himself and all the other kids are over here. And that just crushed me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is it,
Yeah.
I think we should never. I think now we're in a situation with kids. I think every kid is special, and I think you should take more time, take more time with the kids in education, and not worry about, like you said, about the financial push, but take more time. I mean, look, Oliver doesn't. Even my English is not great.
Right.
I mean, I skip a lot of words.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We're not the best orators, either one of us.
But he's so creative.
Yeah.
I mean, you need creative people like us in this world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for you making that magazine billboard sign and selling that $6 million property in downtown Ocean Springs, like, that's your mind creating things.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because it's wild because I got a lot of flack for that when I did it, by people in my industry. Why would you do that? Why would you know your worth? Know your worth. Know your worth. You know what? Why don't you quit telling me what I'm worth?
And then catch up.
Yeah. Look, I know why I'm here. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And parents have to have that approach with their kids. Don't let society tell you. Don't let anybody else tell you.
I'm so proud of you for
is.
I never knew that. I'm so proud that you were in special ed, and I honestly have to say respect you for getting to high school, graduating, and going to college.
And graduating,
and going back to educate the kids, not to leave them out,
right?
Because you've seen what they were struggling.
Yeah, and a lot of those kids still work for me. Like I hire my old students to come and do labor around my projects and stuff,
dude,
all the time. I love it,
dude.
I'm teaching these kids about business and adulthood. These kids were my students when they were like prepubescent boys. Now they're grown ass men coming out.
That's a project me and you need to get behind with them.
I'm down. Let's do that.
No, we need to highlight them. I love that. And I can help them with we have a lot of creative stuff. Me and you can create a lot of shit together. Buddy.
And what's great is a lot of these kids a lot of the kids in the SPED program and stuff, like they are creative. They're we're neurodivergent. We're different. We're not going to function in that box. Like I said, dude, I would get fired from Burger King in less than an 8-hour shift. I will. I'll walk in there, buns will be burning, bells will be whistling. I won't hear that shit. I am oblivious to that shit. But my skills in the real estate business, it doesn't matter how ADHD I am. It really doesn't. It doesn't affect at the end of the day, it's a strength for me in my business. And that's something that I think everybody should know is that, no matter what your disability or whatever it is, you have your strengths and know the environment where your strengths work. Me, I could be a team leader. I can manage a team. I can inspire a team. But I need that team, because I have my weaknesses.
Yeah.
But if I have that team around me to fill in those gaps, everybody's little skills and stuff, they all come into play somewhere. And, just highlight where your environment that you thrive in is and go for that. Don't let society tell you what you need to do.
I don't.
I'm not talking to you.
I know.
Dude, if anybody knows, you know.
Well, I mean, also, I just don't like people being hateful toward the situation that I literally, another thing, if you're going to love this shit, but another thing too is I don't care if you're a celeb. You don't care who you it doesn't matter. You're a person to me.
Yeah.
I want you to succeed.
Yeah.
I really do go, hey, I hope you're fucking going to the moon, dude.
Yeah.
Go to the moon.
Same.
Go to the moon.
Yeah. Same. A lot of people, so you have this scarcity mindset, and then you have, the abundance mindset. And that's something that a lot of people need to learn and know, and to be able to identify when you're thinking from an abundance mindset or a scarcity mindset. Me, I'd rather pump up everybody in my industry and pump up everybody around me, and let's all win. If it's like I have clients. I'd name names, but I have clients who we're really good friends, and I'll represent them if I earn the deal, right? But if some other agent brings them a deal and they like it and they go do it, I don't get mad. No. I congratulate both those people. I'll take them both to lunch. I'll take them to lunch and congratulate them. It's like, dude, we all win here. Our industry wins. We all win. This is a business. Look, if my friend's succeeding, dude, I don't care who helped him get there. Yeah, I want to earn his business. Yeah, and I do earn his business when I earn it. But if you come at everything from an abundance mindset, and that means that everybody else out there trying to do the same thing isn't my competition. There's plenty to go around. There's plenty to go around.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that think there's competition.
Yeah. No, I love friendly competition. Like Justin Salazar is one of my favorite. He's one of my best friends. I love Justin Salazar. I've tried to recruit Justin Salazar many a time to come and work for me. And every time he goes somewhere else, guess what? I still want to eat lunch and breakfast with that dude every day. He's one of my best friends.
Killing it.
He's killing it, dude.
killing
He's
it.
awesome. But he's really fucking pretty, man. No, Justin knows his shit. He's a great dude. I love that guy.
He works hard.
He works really hard, and it's like, I don't care. I don't care that you don't. You know, we're not at the place right now where you can be on the same team. Doesn't matter to me.
It's like the way I look at Cade and Paige.
Yeah.
District Coffee.
Okay. Yeah.
If you get them boys are the same damn dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like they're about to expand the Pascagoula. That's why I spend time with them because you know, Paige didn't have like his house off East Beach. He didn't have the he just lost two brothers. Both them boys they used to own Eagle Island Daiquiri in Long Beach, and they have like pushed themselves to the limits.
Yeah.
And all they do is care about working hard and having fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a solid balance right there.
That's it. That's it. And they did it.
Yeah.
Do it makes you happy.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah. I like it.
I mean, I think I have to say cheers to you on this. And would you come back on?
Yeah, in a heartbeat, dude. It's been a blast.
Brad,
it's been a blast.
I've had a great podcast.
No,
with you.
my man, dude. Let's do this again for sure.
All right.
Next time, yeah. Next time, maybe we'll do my studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it all set up?
Duh.
Fully set up.
Fully set up. What you mean?
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
and guys, if you want to be inspired, you need to check out Brad Jay. I'm telling you right now, this is a story. And this is why I love doing this show.
Yeah, that's just the beginning, dude.
I know.
This is the beginning.
All right, guys, you have a good night. And just don't listen to haters and just keep going.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't let society tell you what to do, man. Do your own thing.
If you need insurance, Jordan Duron. If you need real estate, Brad Jay.
Nailed it.
Take care.
Y'all have a good night.
We offer home, auto, commercial, builders, reps, and life insurance.
Oliver's good.
E26 Brad Jay.